Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash. Now I put together a little lesson here for the Akim out there on how to get better rest and sleep and reduce our anxiety and our stress levels. Because we know that in this wicked kingdom, it's very difficult to be at ease and to be at peace. And really, this should be no surprise because it was written. Deuteronomy 28:65 says, "And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind." And in this kingdom, we have so much to deal with. We have to worry about our jobs and whether we can pay our bills or whether we have enough money for this or that. We have car troubles, family problems. All this stuff just amounts to really just wrecking our peace and ease and sometimes even messing with our sleep. So I wanted to put this together and share some of the things that I've learned, and hopefully this will help you Akim out there find better rest and sleep and help you reduce those stress levels. Now, one of the first things to pay attention to is our habits, and one of those is keeping a regular schedule. Now, I know for a lot of brothers out there, we have jobs or we work swing shifts and all these different shifts, so it might be difficult. But for those who do have a regular schedule, I recommend that you try to keep a regular sleep schedule. In that, try to go to bed around the same time every evening, and if you work in the day like a regular 9 to 5 job, try to go to sleep around 9:30, between 9:30 and 10:30 regularly, because this will train your body to get tired and fall asleep around this time. And try not to go to sleep later than 12 o'clock. Now, again, like I said, a lot of you Akim out there, you might work jobs where you work till 12 o'clock at night. You just do your best to try to keep a regular schedule. Another habit you want to break is not sleeping in or oversleeping. Because sleeping too much will actually make you more tired, and sleeping in throws off our schedule, our what do they call it, circadian rhythm. And this is like our natural cycle for sleeping. And there's so much in this kingdom, in Esau's kingdom, that just throws everything out of natural order. That includes our sleep. We have all this technology, all these lights, that the lights actually really affect our sleep patterns. And then that we have our computers, and that we just want to stay up all night on, and just all these things just really interfere with all the noises of the society and the city. And we have sirens and helicopters and airplanes, and there's just all this interference to the natural cycle of sleep. And speaking of computers, that's a really important one too, because the light from the computer screens will actually throw off our circadian rhythm as well. I know a lot of Akim out there. We do videos and we watch videos. This is me. This is really my second video, so I can't say that I do a lot of videos, but I know a lot of Akim out there do, which is what inspired me. But I watch a lot of videos. I spend a lot of time in front of the computer, and it really throws off our circadian rhythm, these lights, because basically what's happening is we have in the daytime we have a lot of blue light. You look up in the sky and you see it's blue, because a lot of blue light is being refracted in the environment, in the atmosphere, and this signals our brain to stay awake. That blue light does. So when the sun goes down, that blue light goes away, and naturally we we are not exposed to blue light anymore, and this signals the brain and the body that it's time to go to sleep. But with this technology, these computers and these smartphones, they emit a lot of blue light. So they're signaling the brain and the body to stay awake, because the brain and body thinks, oh, well, it's still daylight out, so I'm going to stay awake. So spending a lot of time in front of our computers will actually severely throw off our sleep cycles. So one of the things you can do is, if you can, instead of staying on the computer late at night, like one of the last things you can do is read the scriptures, or read a book. Just stay away from your smartphone or computer screen. Now, if you find that difficult, if you have a need to be on the computer late, another option is to use blue light filters. Now, blue light filter is an app or program that you can install on your phone or computer that actually filters out the blue light and puts like a red haze on the screen. And that red haze, it's more representative of like candlelight, because when the sun goes down, we're more accustomed to lamplight and candlelight, and that's not blue. It's more of like a warm color, and this kind of emulates that light. So if you're on Windows or Macintosh, a blue light filter program is one that you can use, is called Flux, or F.LUX. If you are on Android, or you're on your phone, you can use a blue light filter called Toylight. And these filters, the cool thing about them is that they will shift into the red light, or shift away from blue light, according to a set time you have, or a set time already in the program. So like when the sun starts going down, the device or computer will slowly start shifting into or away from blue light. Now, another thing you can do is buy something called blue blocker glasses or amber glasses. And these are really useful even away from the computer, because they'll just block out all blue light. Like, let's say a lot of people have fluorescent lights in their kitchen, and that light is more of a blue light. And you can wear these at night, in the evening, if you're doing something in the kitchen, and block out that blue light. These are actually really useful for the Yakiim out there who do driving, or truck driving, or driving at night. Because with these new xenon lights, those are those blue lights that the car lights emit. Those driving at night for long periods of time and being exposed to that'll also throw off your sleep cycle. So you can wear these glasses while driving, wear them in the house, wear them wherever, and that's another way to block out that blue light. Another thing we can do is try to avoid certain things. Like, I probably shouldn't have to tell you to avoid caffeine. I mean, we all know caffeine keeps us up. Drink it earlier in the day, or don't drink as much, or do whatever. There's also certain foods that you can avoid, especially foods high in acid. Tomatoes and tomato sauces. For me, oranges and pineapple, for some reason, they'll really upset my sleep. There's too much acid in them. And then also spicy foods will really throw off my sleep. And then there's another thing we can do that's supportive of sleep, is use herbs. Use the herbs that the Lord gave us on the earth to help us stay calm, and help reduce stress, and help us get better sleep. One of the first herbs I have down here is valerian. Now, valerian is it, it will not only it's not really good for reducing stress. I don't find it to reduce stress. What it is really good for though is just knocking your ass out cold. Valerian's a very potent herb for sleep, and probably one of the strongest I have here on my list. But it has a negative effect too, in that it'll knock you out. You'll get really good sleep, but a lot of people complain that the next day they feel like they don't have enough energy. Like for some reason, it just kind of it zaps energy away from you. So this is one herb that I use very limitedly. So I'll use it, say, if I'm sick and I'm having trouble sleeping, and what I do the next day doesn't matter. Like, let's say I'm so sick that I know I'm going to be in bed all day tomorrow, or I'm just going to be chilling all day tomorrow. That's when I'll take valerian. Chamomile is another herb. Chamomile I don't really use because it's so subtle. It really does help me relax, but I don't know. It's not that strong of an herb. I don't really notice the effects. Some people they say they do, but for me I don't. Passion flower. That's a good herb. It really helps reduce stress and anxiety, and it will also help you sleep. Mistletoe. That's a favorite of mine for a couple of reasons. One is because I'm out here on the West Coast, and in the desert area, high desert, and even in Arizona, you can find mistletoe growing wild everywhere. It's pretty abundant. I'm not sure if it's back east or not. I couldn't tell you, but so it's essentially it's really easy to find. You can get it for free, and it works fairly well for reducing stress and helping me sleep. The only downside to mistletoe is I just found out recently that it could be poisonous in large doses. Now, I've taken a lot of mistletoe. I haven't noticed any adverse effects, but that's just a forewarning out there. These herbs, when we're dealing with herbs, they affect people differently. So I recommend that you just, if you use mistletoe, uh, just be moderate with it. Another herb I have here is skullcap. Skullcap, skullcap is a hit or miss for me. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't. I still like it though. I'll buy it and use it. Um, it'll always help me calm down if I'm anxious. There's one odd side effect to skullcap is that there's been a couple of times, and I've been taking skullcap for a long time. It's just been a couple of times where I've had the strangest dreams with skullcap, where they're always similar. The dream is wherever I'm sleeping, I'll become. Gosh, how do you explain this? This is really hard to say. I'll become aware of the room that I'm in. It's like I'm awake, but I'm still asleep. It's a very lucid dream, and it's just it was just one of the strangest things. So basically, when I wake up and I recall what happened, it's hard to differentiate between whether that was a dream or reality. And this has happened only a couple times. That's just a warning out there for you. So don't get if it happens to you. You have a hard time differentiating between your reality and your dream, it's because of skullcap. Another one is blue lotus flower. Now, blue lotus flower, I like it, but the only downside is that it's expensive for the effect. So it's one that I don't really mess with much because of its cost. Now, something that's really helped me out is meditation, and meditation has helped me out in with like when you're laying down and you just have all this stuff on your mind, you can't stop thinking about it, and your thoughts are keeping you up. That's where meditation has really helped me out significantly because meditation pretty much it trains your brain to stop thinking. You learn how you find the switch for thought in your brain. So if I'm laying there and I'm overthinking, I can just go in my head and find this switch and say, okay, we're not thinking anymore, and just shut thinking down. Period. Basically, empty the mind. And when the mind is empty, it's easier to fall asleep. And this is something that's it's a lasting effect. Like I don't really meditate that much anymore. It's kind of rare that I do. But once I learned how to shut that switch off, that thinking switch off in my brain, that stuck with me, and I always know how to do that now because of meditation. Oh, there's a couple other herbs I wanted to mention. I have here kava kava. That's a really good one, and lemon balm and lavender. Kava kava is a really good one for just chilling, relaxing, and also good for helping you sleep. And now another technique that could help you sleep and reduce your stress and anxiety is a technique called progressive muscle relaxation. And progressive muscle relaxation is when you're basically tightening the muscles in the body and relaxing the muscles, and you're doing it from. I mean, you can go online, go on YouTube, and search for a videos called progressive muscle relaxation. And there's a few ways to do it. But basically, you're getting all the energy, the pent up energy, out of the body by tightening the muscles and relaxing the muscles, tightening and relaxing the muscles, and this helps the body to calm down. Now, another way to do this is just to get regular exercise, take walks, make sure you get all that pent up energy out before it's bedtime. And that's it for herbs and habits and techniques. If you're going before you go to sleep, check out the brother over at GMS Army 144. He's got a couple of prayers for before you go to bed. And this one is before you go to bed that helps protect you from evil spirits and wickedness. And then another one is to receive righteous instruction, because we get Yahweh Shah. He sends us instructions before we or while we're sleeping, so we can go about the next day and walk in His way. So this prayer is to open you up to those instructions. And that's it for you. I hope this has been helpful for the Akim out there, and plan on doing more videos on herbs. So stay tuned for that. And Shalom.